This balsamic chicken recipe is one of my go-to weeknight dinners because it's quick to make, it saves well, and it's incredibly flavorful. I'm Justin from Cooking with Coit. I specialize in clean comfort cooking. And remember, if you love this video, make sure you hit those like and subscribe buttons and send it to a friend. Let's get started. First thing we're gonna do is work on the marinade for the chicken. We're gonna start with a 1/4 cup of olive oil. And this wouldn't be balsamic chicken if we didn't add balsamic vinegar. So we're gonna use 1/3 cup of balsamic vinegar. Let's add that to the bowl. Next, we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard. And of course, I chose Grey Poupon. I grew up in the 80s, and I remember the Grey Poupon commercials were so fancy. It was like, cut to a fancy restaurant and the guy's like, do you have any Grey Poupon?
But of course.
And I don't know why they tried to make mustard so fancy, but I feel like it worked because my entire life I always thought Grey Poupon was the fanciest mustard that existed. I don't know, let me know if you guys feel the same way in the comments. Next, we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of dried thyme and another teaspoon of dried rosemary. Next, we're gonna add a teaspoon of salt and just under a teaspoon, like 3/4 of a teaspoon of pepper. But again, like always, you can salt and pepper to taste. Let's give this a quick whisk. This marinade is an incredibly important part of this recipe. So as you've probably seen on my website in the recipe card, we're gonna use boneless, skinless chicken breasts. And on their own, they're just not that exciting. They're not that flavorful. So those chicken breasts are gonna get all the flavor that they need from this marinade. All right, now we're gonna combine the marinade with the chicken. So I've got 1 large Ziploc bag. I'm gonna open this up, but the way to do that is just roll it under like this. This is like a secret little trick that I've realized over the years. And roll it again, roll it twice. And what that does is, as you're putting in the marinade and you're putting the chicken in, it keeps the chicken and the marinade from getting on the outside of the bag, which then you'd have to like wipe down because you don't want that, like the chicken juices on there. So if you just roll it just like that, then you're all good to go. So now I'm going to pour in the marinade first. All right, let's take these guys, put them in like this. There's another great reason as to why I use plastic bags, so I'm gonna tell you that in 1 second. And there we go. And then unroll the bag just like this. I like to try to get as much air out of the bag as I can. I push it down, just like this. Everything is sealed up. So I just take my hands like this and I just massage the marinade into the chicken breast. Just like that. I flip it over a couple times and there we go. It's a perfect marinating solution. Here's the other reason why I love using a Ziploc bag for marinating. If you're using a bowl, let's say, like a big bowl, because it's a lot of chicken, the bowl would be at least this tall and this high. And that takes up a lot more space in your refrigerator. But if you put it in a large Ziploc bag, look how low profile this is, and even you could tuck this in if you wanted. Look how little space that takes in your fridge. So now I'm gonna pop this in the fridge. I'd say minimum marinating time should be at least 1 hour, but you could marinate it up to 24 hours. And I would say the longer the better, because again, these boneless, skinless chicken breasts just don't have a ton of flavor on their own, so the marinade is really the flavor solution for this recipe. I've just taken the chicken out of the refrigerator. It only marinated for an hour. Again, like it's better the longer you can go, but I'm shooting videos today, so we gotta keep it moving. Next thing we're gonna do is grab a shallow baking dish and a little bit of olive oil spray, or you could just use regular olive oil, rub it on your fingers. I'm just gonna give this dish a nice little coating of olive oil, just to help it be non-stick. And then let's grab our chicken out. Oh, looking really good already. All right, well, these chicken breasts are a little bigger than the last ones that I've used. I've got 1 left, but I'm gonna cook it later because I don't wanna crowd the chicken on this pan too much. I wanna give it a nice bit of space in between. It's just gonna cook better that way. So the other thing we can do is take a little bit of this sauce and let it pour on top of these chicken breasts, just like that. And that's gonna help increase the flavor of them as well. And it's okay if it drips off just like that. That's totally fine. There we go. Cool. Guys, I've done it again. I do this every time to you. I forgot to let you know to preheat your oven to 400 degrees. So if you haven't already done so, please do that now. Somebody literally needs to call me every day and be like, remind everyone to preheat their oven at the top of the video instead of like halfway through. So I'm sorry. Hopefully your oven is preheated to 400 degrees like mine is. We're gonna pop these in the oven and we're gonna cook them from anywhere between 20 to 25 minutes until they've reached an internal temperature of 160 degrees. And I'll show you how to do that. All right, guys, it's been 23 minutes to be exact, and the chicken is done. I'm pretty sure it's done. Let's check. Oh, yes. Oh, these look so good. Look at this beautiful color and the smell. I wish you were here to smell these. They smell incredible. Let me show you one more thing. So since this is chicken, we've got to make sure that it's cooked all the way through. So let me show you my trick for that. This is my trusty digital thermometer, and I am very passionate about using these guys to make sure that the chicken is good to go. So this is what you do. Take the probe out, and then you insert it into the thickest part of the chicken. And what we're looking for, the numbers we're looking for, is that it has to be at least 160 degrees. When you take anything out of the oven, it's gonna continue to cook, anywhere between, let's just say 2 and 10 degrees more. 160 degrees is the minimum that you want for chicken. The maximum, I would say, is at 180 degrees, the chicken starts getting kind of dry and tough. This chicken right now is 170 degrees, which is perfect. That means we're gonna have perfectly juicy chicken. So I cannot wait to give these a try. They look amazing, but before I do, if you've loved this recipe and you wanna see more just like it, check out my healthy recipes playlist. Okay, let's give these a try. All right, before I take my bite, I wanna finish them off. So I'm gonna take a little bit of this juice out of the corner here and just put it right over the top. You can never have enough juice and enough flavor. And I'm gonna finish them off with a little bit of chopped parsley. Parsley has such great flavor and it gives it a nice, beautiful pop of green. All right, let's see how we did. Oh, look how juicy this chicken is. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. Wow, this balsamic chicken came out so good. The chicken is perfectly cooked, and the balsamic vinegar gives you such an incredible depth of flavor mixed with some of the dry herbs that we used. Man, this chicken is fantastic, and it's so easy. Guys, you've got to make it. I'll see you in the next video.